afternoon, South Africa, and a very warm welcome to you. It's finally Friday, and I cannot wait for the weekend. Now, today we are so excited to have back in our loft for his second visit, Durban folk singer and guitarist Majozi. He is here, and he is incredible. I cannot wait to hear that gorgeous, soulful voice of his. And keeping on the theme of Durban, we were also at the Durban July last weekend, so we'll be showing you all of the action today. Then, if you are in Cape Town, you may have heard about the Logos Hope. It's a floating book fair that is currently docked at the V&A waterfront. We were recently invited to go and check out and see what's going on at the waterfront. Then we are joined by dietitian Kelly Schreuder to chat about something all women dread, menopause. We'll be taking a look how to manage it. And for Winner Home on Afternoon Express, today we take a trip to Val de Vie to reveal our design contestants' master bedrooms. And in the kitchen, we've got darling Danilo.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the weekend, South Africa. My name is Danilo Acquisto, and I'm so excited for this weekend. It has been one of those weeks. So this weekend, hopefully going to be making something super delicious at home. And it all starts with a breakfast that Clem likes to always claim is a breakfast you can have at any point during the day. Welcome back. It's good to have you.
Awesome, thank you. And have you picked up on the trend, like Fridays are dedicated to breakfast?
I see that.
Yeah.
It's one of those days when you know that you're going to be in your pajamas most of the time anyway, so might as well have breakfast for lunch, breakfast and dinner.
Absolutely. We're making one of my favorite breakfasts today. It is crispy fried egg on hummus.
Oh, yummy. I'm glad you said hummus.
How do you say it?
It is hummus. Hummus. Hummus, not hummus. If one more person says hummus to me, I might just throw a fit in this kitchen. But it's really exciting to cook with you. If you guys want to get all the recipes and the shopping list, they're on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. You can make everything that we make on Afternoon Express at home just for yourself. Now, Majozi was one of the first musical guests to perform on Afternoon Express. He has since released his acclaimed debut album titled Fire. And recently he traveled to Amsterdam with electronic group Die Hevels Fantasties and performed all over South Africa with rock band Monarch on their winter tour. More recently, though, about a few months ago, he had to resist my mother, who was swooning at a wedding. His career is definitely on fire.
I'm on fire for you raise me up, and I won't stop till I'm on fire for you. In the silence of desire.
Just so good. I mean, that voice. Now, welcome back to our loft. I think you were one of the first guests that we actually interviewed when the show first started in 2015.
Yeah, I'm so glad to be back, man. I've been wanting to come back for a long time.
Yeah, well, we're so happy to have you back. What have you been up to since we last saw you?
A little bit of this and that, you know. I released an album earlier in the year called Fire, and yeah, it's done pretty well. So I've just been playing at all like the festivals and around the country. I played at Inibos earlier this week, and yeah, it's just been really fun, man. I love what I do. I love meeting people across the country, and it's the only thing I'm good at, so I'm going to keep doing it.
Oh, I doubt that. I'm pretty sure you're good at a lot of things. But let's discuss it's your debut album. It's called Fire, and imagine by some ridiculous chance somebody hasn't heard it. How would you describe it?
I would say it's there's a lot of folk, so primarily maybe the genre is pop folk, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, I don't mind.
Yeah.
And I think like there's a lot of songs about, I generally try and sing about love, you know, and sometimes there's one or two sad ones, but in generally like my love, I sing is uplifting, and it all puts you in a good mood and make you happy, hopefully.
Yeah, I think it definitely works. Now, what was it like working in the studio versus gigging? Because you said gigging is really what makes you happy and what you're really good at. So what's it like being in studio then?
I love both, you know. I love working in the studio. I love getting to put something that's in my mind out and put it onto so that other people can hear it, you know. And it's cool because I have to work with other producers and other musicians and to try and get that vision out, you know. And I love that part of it. The only thing with studio is like you do it and then it ends and then you're like, then I miss it, you know. But whereas in playing, I'm always playing, you know. It's always a constant thing, and I really love doing both, yeah.
Do you ever have those moments, like, you know, when you have a conversation with someone and then like way after the conversation you go, oh, why didn't I say that, or I could have said that? Is it almost like that in studio working with an album where you think, oh, I could have done that, or I would have liked to have done this song?
Definitely, you know. I'm always like, I I think I'm still young, and I'm always changing, and my perceptions of things are always changing, and I'm still learning. So you might learn to do something better, and then you'd be like, I should have done it, before. But that's life, eh?
Well, I certainly love listening to your music, and since meeting you, you're one of the most soulful people that I've ever met. You just come across as being so sincere and so absolutely beautiful from the inside out. Now, you also are fully inked, or you've got quite a few tattoos on you, which are quite sentimental as well. Have you gotten any new ink since we saw you last?
Probably, yeah, probably. I think I've got 2 more. I can't. This jacket is far too tight. I can't take it off. But I think I've got 2 more. What are they? I've got a Winnie the Pooh on my arm.
No, but I thought you only ever get tattoos to signify something, so you'll get, something sentimental. So what exactly does Winnie the Pooh mean now? Because I'm not.
It's actually funny. My mom used to call me Winnie the Pooh when I was younger, and I was always like. I don't know, I have no idea why she called me that. Maybe I pooed a lot, who knows. But she used to call me that all the time, and I was like, and then I just got it, And then I've got a Bible on my arm. I don't know, I almost love getting tattoos as much as I love playing music, so I'll probably have another 5 more next time I come.
Yeah. Now, travel is something that I'm most passionate about, and you recently got to go to Amsterdam with... was it Hevels Fantasties and Francois van Coke?
Yes, yeah, that's right.
What was that experience like?
Oh, it was amazing. They're
such fun guys.
They're really, really cool guys, man. It was my first time overseas as well, so I'd never been on a big international flight, and just got to hang out with those legends, Francois van Coke and Pierre from the Hevels, and just got to meet really cool people, got to experience a different culture. Yeah. And see how nice the Dutch people actually are,
It is very different to everywhere else in New York.
For sure.
In the world.
Yeah, I walked around a bit, I literally just walked, which was very dangerous because there's a lot of bicycles just cruising around. But man, I try to talk to the locals there and just go to different places and stuff. I didn't go to any coffee shops or anything like that. But
now you're going to be performing for us a little bit later. What are you performing?
I'm going to be performing a song called Our Last Goodbye. And it's a song about a father on his deathbed saying goodbye to his daughter and stuff. Sorry. I'm sorry. Didn't want to be a buzzkill in the afternoon.
No, not at all. Where do you get your inspiration from? What is your process? Do you first come up with the lyrics or the melody, or how does it all tie in together?
I think it changes from time to time, man. I really love playing guitar, so mostly it comes from me just strumming away on guitar, and then generally in life I have general ideas that I want to work on, so I always jot them down, and I try and think about ideas that will make people emotional, whether it be happy or sad. I try to bring out the most emotion I can. So, but it's always changing. I
could definitely listen to your voice forever. I can't wait for you to perform on the show. Now, Majozi will be performing a little bit later on the show, so stay tuned for that. But last weekend, celebrities took their fashion to the next level as they dressed to the nines for one of the biggest events on the South African social calendar, the Vodacom Durban July. Afternoon Express was there to capture the glitz, the glamour, and of course, the races.
We're here at the Greyville Racecourse in Durban for one of the biggest events on the South African calendar, the Vodacom Durban July. And as much as it's always about the incredible races, it's also so much about the fashion. This year's theme is leader of the pack, and some people have really taken that literally. Celebrities, A-listers, and politicians, including President Jacob Zuma, were all in attendance for the hottest event on Durban's social calendar. Our very own Jeannie D and Bonang Mateba were slaying in the style stakes. But I spent the afternoon searching for someone dear to my heart. I found the one man in the industry that's taken away all of my man and style points, Jonathan Boynton Lee. You're looking incredible.
Thanks, buddy.
Sheldon did a really good job on this look. You're looking amazing.
As you said, Sheldon Kopman, always supporting proudly South African talent. Naked Ape. There's the South African flag right there. We're flying it high. But you've worn Sheldon before, you know. He just understands men, man. Yeah. And there's a cool story behind the suit because he stood in Moses Mabhida Stadium. He looks up at the roof, and that was his inspiration. So these are all the seats. This is the shape of the stadium roof. It's made it in Durban, inspired by Durban, so it was so appropriate for the July.
I must ask you, this relation that we've had with the Vodacom Next Level is amazing, and I love the youth, and they've got so much power and so much passion to drive forward. Why did you get involved, and what is the purpose of this whole campaign?
Well, it's such a massive thing. It's not just about this weekend. So for this particular weekend, Vodacom Next Level had a competition where you could send in some, you could write to them, you could send in an SMS, buy a data bundle, have to be under the age of 25, so it is about the youth, and you could win an all expenses paid like weekend to remember. So there's 10 guys, they've all got their partners, 10 guys and girls, all these youngsters. They've come here, they've got VVIP treatment, all the best parties, they've got all their food, all their accommodation. Some of these guys have never been on a plane before. They got given a free phone, they were crying, man. It's just so awesome. Like it really puts us in our place because we take it for granted, you know. We get given this treatment a lot of the time anyway. They're experiencing it for the first time, and it's just so cool to see it through their eyes, man, and how much appreciation they have for it. And it's just such a cool thing that Vodacom are doing, empowering the youth, and they're holding a massive competition trying to discover new soccer players and fashion, and it's such a massive campaign, and it's all about the youth, which is awesome.
Thanks for all you're doing for the youth. I really, really am inspired by the work that you guys are doing. Vodacom Next Level got to experience this amazing experience right here at the Durban July.
After the races, it was time to turn things up at KZN's hottest party and get answers to that all-important question, who are you wearing?
What inspired you, and how is this leader of the pack?
So I'm dressed by the legacy of True Beauty, and it's a Colombian designer, so I'm wearing something a little international, which is great. I feel like this pretty much said who I am, you know, and what I'm about, so.
Standing by with Mimi, who's all the way from Durban. You've kind of made your way to Durbs. You're looking incredible, by the way.
Yep, I'm dressed by Omatema plus Fab. I'm my own leader, so I'm powerful like that. So here I am. I'm just rocking what I'm rocking, and I'm doing me as best as I can.
I'd like to take your camera downstairs.
Oh!
This dress is created by the wonderful Matome from Anthaline, and it's been such a great experience. And being here with the SABC family is the Golden Cup.
Honey, in times like these, you need to slay, slay, slay.
Lola Tandomeja right here from the Durban July, looking fab.
Thank you.
I think maybe I look amazing because I'm standing right next to you, so we make each other look amazing.
I like her. She can stay. Girls have gone all out today. What do you think about the guys and the rest of the fashion here today?
Well, I want to talk about the guys, you know, that I look great. Everyone else, I mean, well, my only competitors today were the women. I mean, the women are looking hot.
And me?
I did say leaders of the pack. I didn't say leader, leaders of the pack.
And what a day it has been here. We've mingled with the cream of the crop. I've seen some of the most incredible fashion here today and interviewed some of the best, as well as witnessed some of the best horse races the country has to offer. Until next time from the Durban July, goodbye. Durban, I must say a really big thank you. Your people are some of the most friendly in our country. I really enjoyed myself. And I don't know about you, but I'm definitely going to be at next year's Vodacom Durban July. Now, don't forget, if you're under the age of 25 and a Vodacom prepaid subscriber, to register for Next Level, simply dial *111*128#. There are also so many amazing bundles up for grabs there. After the break, we're in the kitchen making hummus from scratch, and we take a look at a floating bookstore that's currently docked in Cape Town. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, I'm super excited to be making something to do with breakfast on this Friday afternoon. And I'll tell you why. It's because I've seen a lot of the trends around the restaurants all across South Africa, all moving towards innovating when it comes to the breakfast meals. No longer served only as a breakfast. All the menus seem to be saying all-day breakfast, and we're really experimenting quite a lot. So if you haven't yet, we're going to show you today on Afternoon Express how to experiment with one form of that breakfast meal. And Clem's got a delicious recipe he's made, or going to be making with us today on the show. And I hope you guys are going to experiment with us.
Cool. So we're making hummus with crispy fried eggs.
Okay, yummy.
I think it's actually like a traditional Middle Eastern dish, and somehow it's just caught on, and you see it in restaurants all over the country. So we're going to make our own version today.
It's nice because I'd never really associate smokiness with a breakfast meal, which is exciting to see. It's got that like sort of smoky texture that we're moving into.
But I mean, you'll find that in the Middle East, they're more bold with their flavors when it comes to breakfast. I mean, using lemon, chili, paprika, all those bold flavors that we wouldn't normally use, but I mean...
And in the Asias, I know in India I was eating curry for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And even for dessert, they'd serve us like a roti with like ice cream on it. It's like ice cream and pancakes.
Why not? Cool. So in my blend, I'm going to add some yogurt first. We're going to start with the hummus. By adding yogurt, it kind of lightens the dish and adds a little creaminess to it. And that slight acidity as well, which we love so much.
Yes. So talk to me about making hummus. What is the basis of hummus? hummus?
Traditionally, it would be chickpeas, right? They're the base of your hummus. It's chickpeas and something called tahini. We're going to talk about in a second. Olive oil, garlic, a little bit of seasoning, salt and pepper, a little bit of pepper, and blitz it all up and make it a little.
So we're DIYing our own hummus. If you ever want to make one at home for a dip or something, you're welcome to go get the recipe from our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. What a cool recipe.
Absolutely, so that goes in. And also another reason that I've taken some of the olive oil out is because we're actually using olive oil today to make an amazing little dressing.
Oh,
I call it smoked paprika oil.
Okay.
That just drizzled over our dish at the end. So a little bit of...
So not to overindulge in our oil, so using yogurt is a nice...
There we go, but you still want a bit of that like olive oil flavor.
So this is the tahini?
Tahini. What it is toasted sesame seeds that have been ground into a fine paste.
Oh, wow.
I absolutely love tahini. If you don't have tahini at home, which I can imagine a lot of people don't, a great substitute that I found is peanut butter.
Yes, I see, because I can imagine that same texture.
Cool. So a little bit of salt and pepper.
Seasoning.
That goes in. They actually take quite a bit.
Yeah, a little bit of salt and pepper. There goes the whole handful.
And we're going to split it up. Step away from the machine. I like it really smooth.
Yeah. Let it go for a little bit longer to obviously get that smoothness in there.
Absolutely. So we're going to work on that sauce I spoke about now. Oh, that looks amazing. We're going to work on that sauce. So what I've got in the pan is some cold extra virgin olive oil.
Yes.
And we're starting from cold because I want to infuse the flavors. And the flavors I'm talking about are spices instead of frying them off initially. So I've got smoked paprika, and some dry chili flakes.
Cool. That's going to give it a nice little bit of a bite.
And a beautiful color as well.
Yes.
I like using smoked paprika with normal paprika because they actually add different flavors.
Yeah.
The normal paprika adds a warm flavor to it, very earthy, and obviously that smoked paprika adds that deep smoke as well.
Okay, I see. So you also don't want to go completely intense one or the other, so to get like 50-50 of the two.
A nice balance.
Great suggestion.
And then obviously that bit of chili in there just because we need that heat.
Yes.
So I'm
We're
going
Middle Eastern, why not? Okay, and you also obviously are going to bring that heat, that pan up in terms of heat, just to a point where it's going to start sizzling, simmering.
Just to a simmer.
Just to a simmer.
Again, we don't want to toast our spices too much.
Yes.
And we're just going to balance it out with a little bit of lemon juice. So that's our sauce. That's going to get drizzled on the dish in the end.
I can't wait to finish off this recipe. If you want to go and find the recipe, it's on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. You can physically read it there. And speaking of reading, Logos Hope is the world's biggest floating book fair and is currently docked at the V&A waterfront in Cape Town with more than 5,000 books from as little as R5 for sale. We went to check out what all the fuss was about.
Our first ship was launched in 1970, and part of the vision of the ship was to take transport vehicles and teams from Europe out to India. About 1971, the Suez Canal closed, and the ship was forced to come around Africa. And as the ship would stop in various ports, we also wanted to share literature with people. And so that's how it originally started. As we moved port to port, we would open the ship, visitors would come on board, we would share literature with them. We like to say we bring knowledge, help, and hope to the peoples of the world. We bring knowledge through the bookstore. We have probably 5,000 titles, family, educational, Christian literature down on deck 4. We bring knowledge through our different cultures, trying to help bring understanding. We bring help through different opportunities. For example, we do eyeglass testing. Sometimes we might send out a mobile dental clinic, build a library in a village. We try to arrange ahead of time before coming to the port. A little bit more about the ship itself. Logos Hope was originally built in 1973. In 2004, we bought the ship and took it to Croatia, where we spent about 5 years preparing the ship. We can carry legally 442 people at sea. It's a great ship. Everybody, of course, is volunteer. But I also often say it's like a job training program. A young person comes on board for 1 or 2 years, may end up learning deck skills, engine skills, retail down on the book fair, hotel and catering services, public service, public relations type work. And so after 2 years they leave, they've gained some life experience.
I'm graduated in oceanography, so I always had a passion for oceans and for ships. At some point I went to Bible school, and during Bible school I heard about the Logos Hope, and I was really excited about the ship and the work of, that it does with books and bringing hope to the world. And I was thinking that is a great way to mix my passion for ships and my passion for Jesus. And so that's how I joined the ship.
I studied as a journalist. At the time, I liked my job, but I found it difficult to work in an environment when they think death is more important, they know a good story, it's more about the money. And I really struggled with it, and I lost my purpose of life. And then somehow the ship came back to my mind, and I started to apply for it. It was difficult, but I made it, and then I really enjoyed it. And I now came to the ship, work still as a journalist relates job with my skill, but now I can say I work with a passion, with a life purpose.
There were lots of people, lots of books. It's very interesting also to be on the world's biggest floating bookstore. It was definitely an amazing experience.
I love reading, and my boys also loving reading, so we've really enjoyed the time. And I brought my wife with and my 3 boys, so it's really a great experience.
You too. Okay. He wants to say also how much fun we're having.
And also they can go around through the junior life. There's a nice picture gallery, and we always have some volunteers there to share their story with the visitors. And we also have the International Cafe, where they can have some refreshments, and we always have some crew members there to engage with the visitors, to share their stories and to hear people's stories as well.
So I will say, not just the books are the highlight, but also the people here are the highlight for you to visit.
We're scheduled to sail on the 12th of July, and we head up to Walvis Bay for a couple weeks, and we continue to work our way up the west coast of Africa.
Still to come on Afternoon Express, Kelly Schreuder and I talk menopause, and we whip up another tasty nutriblast for you. That's after this. Welcome back to Afternoon Express on SABC3. Now, going through menopause can be quite the transition, and many women struggle to sleep, get hot flushes, and aren't always sure of how to manage it. Today, we have the lovely Kelly Schreuder back in the loft to give us some advice and also make a healthy, boosting nutriblast to help get you through menopause. Welcome back, Kelly.
Hi, Jeannie.
Now, when exactly does menopause take place in a woman's life, and what does it entail?
Okay, menopause is a very normal phase in a woman's life. It happens around our late 40s to early 50s, where our menstruation tends to sort of decrease and then eventually stop. So it is almost like a marker of us aging, but it is a really natural, normal thing, and it doesn't need to be a disaster.
Yeah, I don't know how that would happen. But a lot does change in a woman. I mean, it sets the kind of mark of a change of life. But how can a woman manage it? Because I think people tend to get quite, or women tend to get quite emotional, and there's so many different changes happening in the body. How can it be managed in an easy way?
So basically what's happening during menopause is that there's a big drop in estrogen, which is our female hormone. So a lot of the things that estrogen does will shift and change, and it causes a little bit of distress sometimes. So the hot flushes and the mood swings and the night sweats and fatigue and irritability, those things that are sort of traditionally associated with menopause are all part of that.
Yeah.
And then from a health perspective, the drop in estrogen might cause a loss in bone mineral density, and then it changes the way we store fat. So women usually store fat around our hips, and as you go through menopause, you tend to start storing more fat around your stomach. So there are, quite well-known effects, and also doctors understand menopause. So if you're really struggling and it feels unmanageable to you and you really have terrible symptoms, speak to your doctor. You don't have to be completely in isolation about it.
Yeah, well, loss of sleep and I think hot flushes. Is there any way that this kind of thing can be managed through diet? I'm one of those people that that believe that food can change everything. But can diet affect how you respond to menopause?
Well, yes, that is my passion. That's why I do what I do, because I really do know that food can help us. So just like every other situation in life, food can help us to handle it better.
I knew I was always right. This is why we're friends. Food fixes everything. Okay, but what kind of foods and how can it affect menopause?
Okay, so just generally speaking, if you are healthy, menopause will be handled better. So if you're eating a healthy diet full of whole grains, vegetables, healthy fats, enough protein, enough balance. I've said this to you so many times about many things, but it really does apply here as well. So apart from specific ingredients, you need to have a good solid base of a healthy diet, because what will happen then is you will also reduce your risk of other lifestyle diseases that happen as we age. So cardiovascular disease, and if you're changing the way you store your fat, it will help you to manage your blood glucose levels, it will help you to manage your weight.
Yeah.
Okay, so then if we're talking about specific nutrients that are really going to help with
well, let's see
symptoms.
what we've got here. Sure. Ladies, we have got the ultimate nutriblast for you. If you are going through menopause, I think this is, I mean, all these flavor combinations, this is going to be quite an interesting mix. Okay, so what are those ingredients that we can put in to help change or make change of life a little bit easier?
All right, so the first thing to notice here is the beautiful color. So there is an absolute rainbow here of different beautiful fruits and vegetables. So that's a wonderful way to start. And you can do this with your food, but it's so great putting it all together in one thing. So kale and spinach.
It just never gets old for me.
They're actually really good sources of calcium.
I love kale, love spinach. Obsessed.
So remember what I said about bone mineral density? You really want to protect your bones, so the calcium in those vegetables will help.
Great.
Another vegetable, there's some carrots.
Great.
And those peaches, both of those are lovely sources of beta-carotene, which is a precursor to vitamin A. Really healthy.
What does vitamin A give
hormones.
Okay.
And then we've got the berries and the cherries, full of beautiful antioxidants.
Love. You noticed I'm putting in what I like most, more of that for the flavour.
Peel one of these bananas while you're doing the cherries
and berries.
there.
Love. Oh, I can't get enough of cherries.
So cherries also help with sleep. So they contain melatonin, so they help to calm you down a little bit. And if you're having hot flashes and feeling a little bit irritable and all you really need is some sleep,
amazing.
That's a lovely ingredient to include.
And also a very good tip when you're making your nutriblast is in fact to use frozen berries, I think.
Yes, and then you don't have to use so much ice.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to throw ice in anyway. And then we've got...
Make it nice and cold. The last little magical ingredients here are flax meal and chia seeds. So those two contain omega-3 fatty acids, which will help with healthy brain function and mood swings. So they help to stabilize your moods. And the flax meal is full of lignans, which is like a phytoestrogenic compound. So what that means is that it helps to mimic estrogen a little bit in your body.
Really? And is flax like flaxseed?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so it's good. It's a source of fibre as well, isn't
it? Yes, very good source.
Amazing. I'm learning. You see, all your information is not falling on deaf ears. Okay, and let's whip up our nutriblast. I think this is going to be a goodie. Actually, they're always good. There you go. Let's wait for that. That's beautiful. It's going to be great. I'm glad I threw in a lot of the berries and the cherries because it's going to give it that sweetness as well.
Yeah, and colour. There's that really red colour.
Yeah, very much. You know what we actually could even have done? We could have thrown in water as well to dilute it a bit.
But it worked
why?
well.
Yeah.
Now it's nice and thick.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It literally is just a meal in a glass.
It is. It'll be so satisfying.
Okay.
Thank you.
And remember, if you want to thicken it up, don't add the water. If you want to dilute it a little bit and make it all nice and easier to drink, I like it double thick, but throw in some water for extra. Okay. How good is that? Cheers. That is so delicious. Definitely one of my favorites. Ladies, let's keep healthy and watch what we're taking in to give us that helping boost. Visit nutribullet.co.za for more delicious and healthy recipes that can help you achieve that healthy lifestyle. We are also excited to be giving away a beautiful NutriBullet right here on Afternoon Express, perfect to help you live that healthy lifestyle. So, to stand a chance of winning, all you need to do is simply SMS the keyword NutriBullet, your name and city to 33728. SMSs cost R1.50 each, T's and C's apply, and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za. You yourself can have your very own NutriBullet like we have in the loft. After the break, it's time for Win a Home on Afternoon Express, so stay right where you are.
Win a home on Afternoon Express, where 3 design contestants are turning 3 empty properties at Valdevia Estate in the Cape Winelands into dream homes using finishes provided by Caesarstone and Plascon. Vote for your favorite and you could win.
Yes, get excited. It's that time for Winner Home on Afternoon Express. Now, today is the deadline for our design contestants' master bedrooms, and they've been working around the clock to get them done in time. Let's head over to Val de Vie to see what they've produced. First up, ladies and gentlemen, is Rudolph Jordan. Interestingly, he's taken his interior design inspiration from international fashion design. It's time to see if his design dream came true. Okay, the space is looking amazing. We mentioned this idea of you being inspired by international fashion design. Talk us through how you incorporated that.
Yes, I was inspired by Ralph Lauren, which is synonymous with the polo lifestyle. And what I do like about his style is that it's very masculine, but it's also very soft. I went with darker greens. It's a color that is associated with both male and female. But then I also contrasted it with a lot of charcoals, which he also uses, and dark blacks.
I love that you've handcrafted a lot of stuff in here. Maybe you haven't yourself, but you've brought in a lot of handcrafted items in here. Talk us through them.
Yeah, it was really important for me to carry on that theme of handmade items. So we have some handmade ceramics, which are beautiful. I have a handmade throw over here, made from felt. And then we also have some other basketware that it really adds a bit of texture to the space.
How have you chosen to express yourself in this room?
I looked at architectural elements. We have point, line, shape, and form that I've incorporated in this space, and I think it all pulls together in the end. As an example, we can see that the set of lines used in the headboard would then become this back wall paneling, which are squares, and that shape would then become a form in the ottoman seen in the dressing room.
I think Anne's going to be very happy with your color choices. I think Ark are going to really like your design inspiration. It's all basically going to come down to marketability with Simon.
Yeah, well, I think the space is ready for anyone to really move in, and that makes it a good seller.
And on that point, I'm going to draw the line and tell you that I think you're on form. I'm honestly really impressed with Rudolph's master bedroom. Up next, Joanne Venter. Joanne! What the heck?
Hi.
Are you sleeping on the job?
Yeah, it's been a really hectic week, really. I'm so tired.
But it's done, is it done?
Basically everything is done, yes. My out-of-the-box headboard idea, I went into the wall. So the people that move in here can have a beautiful storage space to put anything they want in here. And the grey and greenish cotton linen fits perfectly with the timber floors. Then I have these amazing lamps that are dimmable. So when you go to sleep, you can just dim them a little bit and then up again when you're awake or want to see more or want to read.
What do you think each judge will say?
I think Anna's going to say that it's matchy-matchy again, because I'm using In the Mood again, and I am bringing black through in the few elements, and I'm using concrete again and all of the natural colors again. I think Ark will like what I've done with the trusses, because I exposed the structure of the architecture.
From what I've seen so far, Simon really likes the idea of having mirrors in these rooms because it opens up the space, and so I think he'll love that. One thing that I have noticed though is that you've only got 2 drawers for storage.
I have added the storage space in the built-in closets. They are exposed closets, so you'll be seeing the clothes, but that's really trending at the moment, so I think they should reconsider if they think that it looks unfinished.
Okay, well, Stefan has said when he walked into the space, he said she's kind of going for that incomplete look, and I can kind of see that. I mean, there's certain elements that aren't quite finished just yet, and some elements that are quite minimalist. What do you think?
I'm going for the minimalist look. Like, that is what they're going to get from me, and I'm going to stand behind it. I really like it. That's who I am, and I think it's trending and it looks amazing.
Well, Joanne, well done. I know it's been a long 2 weeks. You are exhausted. Head back to bed and your quality products.
Thank you.
It's all over to our judges now. I wonder whether they'll say Joanne or Joie. Last but not least, Minenhle. So Minenhle, I'm really proud of you, my friend. After the big stress of the last time, you've managed to complete this on time. It's looking incredible.
Thank you very much. I must say I'm very proud of myself.
Well, Minenhle, it's bold, it's exciting, and I really love all the elements you brought together. But what are your 3 favorite things in this room?
Definitely my feature wall. I like how I played around with the different Plascon colors. As I felt I played it too safe with the guest bedroom. I like how it's very bold, so I'm expecting people to either like it or not, hoping they like it. I really love it. And secondly, definitely the bed. I couldn't help it but go for a similar frame. This one is timber compared to the other one that was steel, and the color is very Last, as I say, I was keeping the room very monochromatic. And thirdly, definitely my built-in cupboards, which were like done in the day. That was like the main thing I was stressing about, so I'm quite happy with those. Over and above them being done on time, I'm very happy with the aesthetic look of them. I have these huge mirrors, which definitely make the room seem bigger. In terms of practicality, they're very practical. They have a great deal amount of storage, which I feel Simon's gonna like, because it pretty much adds value to the room.
Belle did say to you that this room needs to become a hard-working space. How did you try and achieve that?
Looking at Val de Vie, it's very far, so I definitely considered that a person might want to work in their room. I have a desk and a chair, and I've created this nice workspace.
Well, dude, you're really living up to your name. This room is hle on all levels. Well done, man.
Thanks.
Proud of you.
Proud of you. The hle.
Well, I'm not surprised about the quality of work our 3 design contestants have delivered in their master bedroom. It just goes to show what hard work and determination can bring. It's over to our judges now, though, and you at home can vote for your favorite on privateproperty.co.za. Well, let's take a look at how well each of our design contestants stuck to their budgets. Minentle for Team L Decoration had a projected budget of 89,852 Rand. They actually stuck very close to their budget with a total of 88,851 Rand spent. His biggest expense was the built-in cupboards of 39,017 Rand. Joanne and Team Vizzy had a conservative projected budget of 45,500 Rand. They ended up way over budget with 77,200 Rand spent. That's a difference of 31,700 Rand. Crazy. Rudolph and Team Real Estate had a massive projected budget of 135,000 Rand. In the end, he only spent 118,420 Rand, which is under his projected budget, but still far higher than the other design contestants. Remember, if you can vote for your favorite master bedroom and stand a chance to win big, here's how.
Vote for your favorite design contestant's master bedroom on privateproperty.co.za and stand a chance of winning Plascon paint to the value of 5,000 Rand. You also automatically get entered into the draw to win one of the 3 finished apartments valued at over 3 million Rand. Win a Home is proudly brought to you by Private Property in association with Nedbank.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now make sure you catch Pasilla this evening at the new time slot of 6 p.m. on SABC2. This week, the team goes to Bloemfontein. Paul Rothman visits the young singing sensation Brendan Paper and his family at their home. Heino Schmidt gets inspired by motivational speaker Sherry Brainart, who was the first South African living with Down syndrome to graduate from a tertiary institution. Paul also catches up with Cheetahs rugby player Sergiel Peterson on the field. Now, Clem and Danilo are in the kitchen wrapping up meat-free week.
Well, with lots to do tonight, I hope you guys are also cooking something delicious with us right here on Afternoon Express. Today, we're wrapping up our meat-free week on the show today, and we're cooking an all-day kind of breakfast that we're making. Clem is making us a homemade hummus, which looks absolutely amazing. I may have snuck a little taste of it. It tastes super delicious, and you're putting it with a bunch of eggs and on toast. But you've mentioned crispy eggs, or crunchy, or fried, or
crispy.
Crispy.
There we go.
Crisp an egg.
There we go. So all it is it's going to be a fried egg that we are going to cook in the pan, and we're going to cook it until it gets a bit of that crispy bottom.
Okay, I see. So it'll browned the edges, kind of.
There we go. And it's all about texture. So a little bit of olive oil in, and we're going to start adding our eggs.
This is going to be the sign of a good chef, right? Can he get his egg to not separate? Will the yolk remain together? Will he manage to do it? Yes, you do!
Okay.
Oh, my word.
So I must just add about the hummus that we made earlier.
Yes.
I also added quite a bit of lemon juice in there just to add some extra flavor.
Okay.
And I forgot to add the garlic to camera.
Oh my gosh!
How can you have hummus without garlic?
If you're panicking at home, please don't worry. All of those details are obviously on the website, on the recipe there. So if maybe you've witnessed, you're like, I didn't see that, it is there. So don't worry.
Cool, so that goes there. I'm gonna pop this over here.
You're the only chef I know who's like put 4 eggs in a pan together and just cut them up separately.
I was gonna do 5, but anyway.
Sure.
So what I'm doing now is I'll pop the lid on. That way, the whites will cook a lot faster than the yolks.
I see.
And we'll still get that crispy bottom, which are cooking really fast. I'll turn the heat down.
Cool.
So to our plate, you're gonna do your own one, okay?
Cool, I'll make my own one.
So I like to add quite a bit. I mean, the stuff is amazing.
Yum, yes.
And we're serving it with some charred toast that we've got over there. And I haven't added any butter to the toast.
Yes.
Because hummus makes an amazing substitute for butter.
Aha!
So if you're making sandwiches, instead of butter, try a little bit of the hummus.
Add some more flavor there too.
Cool, there you go, that's you.
Cool, so I can use this one now for my plate, right?
Yes, you can.
I think I'm going to make Jeannie and my husband look cool. I'm going to see if we can...
A bit of a yin-yang.
How much must be... Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to add a little bit of that yogurt again, just again to add the little tang. And you'll notice that our hummus is a lot thinner than a normal hummus, and that's because of the lightness that the yogurt gives it.
Ah. I didn't notice that, because this has got a really nice texture to it, which I thoroughly enjoy, Clem. So if you ever are going to eat a hummus, please don't go buy them outside. Please just go and try and make your own hummus at home if you can. It's really simple. It was really simple for us to make.
Absolutely. So I've got some wilted spinach.
Yum.
Again, just want to add some more flavor and some more goodness in there. It's breakfast, so why not go crazy and just add like the extra spinach?
Oh, that's delicious. It's almost like you're taking an egg, what you call it?
Benedict?
Not a Benedict, because Benedict doesn't come on the spinach. It's eggs Florentine.
Oh, yes. It's
eggs Florentine comes on the spinach. Look at me. Outsmarted our chef once and
there we go.
Ever.
Go crazy.
Cool, thanks. I'll use lots of spinach because it's really good for us. And obviously you want to get your maximum amounts of protein in, and spinach has got the really high amounts of iron in it, which is great for winter. Me.
Let me just kind of add it on there?
Yes, you're welcome to. I've kind of finished my plating.
Ooh, sorry.
No, I want that look. It looks nice. It's rustic.
You can see the bit of that crispiness on there.
Yes, there we go. Oh, yummy.
And this guy's going to go straight on there.
Who needs... Because everyone obviously goes with the tomato sauce and eggs thing. Ours has got a hummus and eggs, so... I think we've got the better structure going on here. It looks amazing.
And of course, talking about the tomato sauce, so we're not doing tomato sauce. We've got this amazing paprika oil that we made.
This aioli, which you've kind of...
No, aioli, that's the mayonnaise, but we just gone out crazy with the...
Oh, delicious.
Can you smell
it's
that?
taking that colour and that smell. It's going to give it a nice bite.
It actually smells like chorizo.
Yes, which I love the most about this, because all your other flavours here are subtle. They're creamy. They're rich. This is going to add a nice zing to the dish.
There we go. That's yours.
I'm also going to go just up like this. And all that's left is to put something fresh on top, and you can find this recipe on our website. It's afternoonexpress.co.za. It's one of those all-day breakfasts you can make for yourself. You can either make it sort of as a proper breakfast dish for someone's birthday or anything like that, or I would really suggest that you try and consider making this as a lunch or a dinner meal. I honestly am always a big fan of eating breakfast for any times of the days.
Absolutely.
Just want to make sure that I get this on here. Oh, this is
I'm so impressed with this. Look at that. Look at yours.
It looks so good. Yours is actually quite full of stuff. Mine I've kept quite simple. So that's it. Done like this. I'll carry the bread and my little version to serve to Jeannie. Would you take the other one?
Let's go.
Let's go and have some fun. Hope these guys are excited, because the weekend is here and I hate cooking on the weekends. And I know how to make my own hummus. There you go.
I'm a huge hummus fan. That looks incredible.
Looks good, eh?
Wow,
look at ours.
Oh, this is great. What do you mean ours?
Well, I kind of made a smaller version of it. I just thought...
This isn't a date.
Oh, really? Oh, bye. I'm kidding.
Wow, this is absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
Dig in, guys. It would be amazing. Well, actually, I suppose we should wait a bit because we want to get our performance in, right?
Oh, we almost forgot about Majozi.
Dude, it's so good.
The poor guy's just standing there.
Live on Afternoon Express. Majozi, take it away.
Don't let your love go to waste, 'cause love it comes at a different pace. But if your heart breaks, just know there's always higher stakes. You are my moonlight, oh, in the rain. And when I'm gone, I hope you'll feel the same. Oh, my dear, don't you cry. This is our last time, last goodbye. So come close to me. I wanna see your eyes before I leave, and say you're beautiful, and I can't believe you're a part of me. You are the apple, of my eye. I'd give my life I'll ask goodbye. And death is anchored on my shore. Your light is tethered to my soul. For now I have to let you know this is our last time. I'll ask goodbye. This is our last time. I'll ask goodbye. And when I see Jesus Christ, I know He'll greet me with arms stretched wide, and He'll say He's proud of you. One day we'll all be by His side, and heaven's gates will take your soul. But for now, my dear, you must be bold, and heaven's gates will take your soul. But for now, my dear, you must be bold. Oh, my dear, don't you cry. This ain't our last time. I'll ask goodbye.
Oh, that song is legendary. Last Goodbye. What is the big meaning behind this track, dude?
He told us earlier, you just weren't listening. That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for that. You can tell Danilo what it's about since he missed it.
It's just a story about a father on his deathbed saying goodbye to his daughter, basically. Don't ask me why I wrote that song, I just did.
It's beautiful, I cried a bit.
Yeah. Can I tell you a little anecdote, really funny little story? While you guys dish up, you're welcome to eat the food. When I was my mom was out at a wedding, and I got this SMS from her, and she doesn't really SMS much. Her technology are terrible. And she's like, I'll do the voice because I don't know how you have voices on text message, but she's like, you know, my son, I met this guy. I'm sure he must be a Christian, and his name is something about Jorling or Joe's or something like this. Do you know him? He's a brilliant singer. It's like, well, Majozi. She's like, I think so. I'm gonna go speak to him. So she met you at a wedding the other day and was just blown away by your performance. Didn't know who you were necessarily, and thought that you should break into the industry. And I'm like, yeah, he's kind of like the biggest thing. So well done, Mom.
It's broken.
On Twitter. It's done. Oh my word, you're amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, this is incredible.
Clem, thanks for delicious food. Kelly, for always inspiring us. I really, really take a lot from your chats, even though I'm not going through what we were chatting about. But also cool. Also cool to have you with us in the Loft, Majozi.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming through. It's been an absolutely amazing show. Your voice is everything to me. And thank you so much for joining. We'll see you again next week. Same time, same place, Afternoon Express, SABC 3. We'll see you then. Good night and happy eating.
Bye.
Next week on Afternoon Express, our Winner Home Design contestants get judged on their master bedrooms and are briefed on their fourth challenge. We chat to Joe De Silva, the actress behind Gita on Seven Dalan, and Sama winning artist Elvis Blue chats to us about his new album.
The hottest address on TV is Winner Home on Afternoon Express. Proudly brought to you by Private Property in association with Nedbank.
Another feel-good production.
Hi YouTubers, thank you so much for watching. Your support means the world to us. Join the Afternoon Express family by subscribing to our channel right here. And we'll keep you up to date with all our recipes and of course our fabulous episodes. Also, feel free to leave a comment and share this video. We do love it when you express yourself.